Everyone, my name's Cyprianne, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these crochet headbands. So the really cool thing about this pattern is one size fits all from baby to adult. But what you can do if you want to adjust the sizing, it's a repeat pattern of 5, so you can shorten or lengthen the starting chain. And then what we do is after we've made all these little clusters, all you have to do is add on the chain here, and that's what you'll tie at the back of the head. So for the newborn, the entire head would be covered with these, and then for an adult, you would tie it down here, and that's how it fits. So this is a really simple pattern. It's fantastic for craft sales. These do really well. They take maybe 10 minutes to whip up. They're great for using up scrap yarn. All these are made out of cotton, but they work up really well in an acrylic yarn as well. And a 5mm hook. Of course, you can adjust your hook, but I do find for this particular pattern, keeping a smaller hook does actually look better. When I've gone and tried it with a 6.5, they start to look a little bit sloppy, but everybody's tension is different, so I would recommend just trying it. It only takes a few minutes, and you can see if you like it or not. So that's all you need, some scrap yarn and a 5mm hook. So we can get started on the demonstration. So for this one, I'm going to be using, if I can find it, some brown cotton yarn that I have. And all that we need to do to start is a slip knot. And you'll see this is a worsted weight, but it's actually pretty thin, but it works up nicely. And we're going to start by chaining 63. So you can go ahead and work that chain, and then we'll meet up and we'll start on the main part of the headband. Okay, we'll see you soon. Okay, so I've completed my chain and I've double checked to make sure that I have 63. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start working one of our, I guess they're shells, I'll call them shells, into the third stitch from the hook, the third chain from the hook. So what we're going to do is just work 5 half double crochets right into there. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work above this yarn here. So just go ahead and work 5 half double crochets. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then what we're going to do is we're going to be skipping the next 2. Now another thing you want to make sure that your chain doesn't twist as you're working these. So just make sure that it's always facing up. So we're going to skip 2. That's 1, 2. And we're going to work a slip stitch into that next chain. And then we're going to skip one more. So we're going to skip this one and work our 5 half double crochets again. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we are going to skip 2, 1, 2, slip stitch in the next, skip 1, and then 5 half double crochet in the next. So that's the pattern repeat right until you reach the very last stitch of your starting chain. So let's go ahead and work those up, and I will meet up with you at the end of the chain, and what we're going to do is work back down the opposite side. Okay, so I'll meet up with you soon. Okay, so I've completed my chain to the last 2 stitches. So we've got 2 left, and what we're going to be doing is working 11 half double crochet into that very last stitch there, and that is going to take us right around, and we're going to start working on this side here. So let's put, excuse the noise, it's like I swear, spring renovation time here. I've been listening to chainsaws all day long. So we're going to do 11 half double crochet right in that very last stitch. I'll go ahead and finish this up and then meet up with you, and we'll start working along the bottom edge of the headband. All right, so I finished working my half double crochet, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the stitch here, and you're just going to go underneath, grab your yarn and pull that up through. And then what we're going to be doing is working into these spaces here where we worked our shells or our clusters, shells, and we're going to work 5 half double crochets into those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to find your next slip stitch, which is right here, and you're going to go under the chain and work your slip stitch, and we're going to continue working all the way down. So continue working 5 half double crochets into that space, slip stitch into here, your last this slip stitch in the row below, all the way to the end, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I finished working all my shells and I'm in my very last one. All we're going to do for this one is we're working 6 half double crochet instead of the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're just going to join with a slip stitch to that very first stitch that we made. And then we're going to continue on from here, and we are going to chain 45. So that's 1, 2, 3, and let's just chain 45, and then I'll meet up with you and show you how I knot the end off. Okay, so just on my 45th stitch, I'm just pulling that out. And then I'm going to cut the yarn here. And then what I do here is I just tie a knot in the end. And I try to catch some of those chain stitches in the knot. Just like that. And then I'll cut it off. Really nice and close to the knot. Okay, now for the other end, we're going to just go to the middle stitch about here. And we're going to chain 45 as well. So what you're going to do is just join that with a slip stitch. And go ahead and chain 45. And then you're just going to knot your second tie like that and weave in the loose ends. So I'll actually do that right here, so that you can see how that's done if you're not sure how. So just grab your yarn and needle. And then for this one, I actually look for the stitches and I weave through the stitches. They're pretty tight, so it'll hold in the ends. So just do that for any loose ends that you have. Snip it nice and close, and that is the headband almost done. Anyways, that's it for today's tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed this pattern. Like I said at the beginning, it is a fantastic pattern for craft sales. They're fun for loot bags, for little girl parties, stocking stuffers, hostess gifts. They just work up so fast. I'm actually thinking too to take this pattern, which actually I did this pattern back in 2010. That's how old this one is. And I have a lot of patterns that I actually just took off of Etsy and off of Ravelry, because they were slowing down. I was going to redo them. I was going to fix them up, and I never did. So I'm just bringing this one back. So yeah, I was thinking about doing like a little keychain like you see. Anyways, That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. That makes sure that any videos that I get released has a better chance of getting into your feed when you open up YouTube so that you don't miss them. Anyways, that's it for today.
Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out these videos next. And until next time, bye-bye.